In the heart of Serbia, in the small village of Crni, is located an old abandoned house that is known like the House of Shadows. This house is surrounded by the legend of the ghosts. They inhabit its walls and its darkness, the appearance of the eerie stories that are told about her. They only add to her fear. Reputation. One sunny afternoon, a group, teenagers from Black Borough, including Anna, she decided to explore the House of Shadows, fascinated by its mysterious history and to prove that there is nothing awesome in her. When they got home, they were amazed. It was a large two-story building with broken windows, and the plants grew from cracks in the walls, and the air was filled with the smell of moisture and decay. Inside the house, the atmosphere was darker. The corridors were narrow and dark, and the rooms were empty and dusty, or covered with strange symbols, and the floors, they were covered with shards of glass. As the teens explored the house, they began to hear strange sounds. Whispers and sometimes a loud laugh. Their hearts began to beat faster, and the skin was tingling. Suddenly the lights began to flash, and the house sank into it was dark, and the teenagers were overwhelmed. They started running towards the exit, but the door was locked. Then they heard a loud laugh, and out of the darkness, the shadow came out. The shadow was big and black, and her eyes were like two red embers. The shadow began to move. The teenagers were screaming in fear. At that moment, the door opened, and a group of people entered the house. Black Pine, who heard that teenagers, they investigate the House of Shadows. The locals explained to the teenagers that the shadow house is haunted and that it is best to be. They told them they had heard stories about the Jews who disappeared in the house, and some of them, they even saw ghosts. The kids were scared, but they thanked the locals for saving them. They fled the house and never came back. Since then, the shadow house has remained empty and abandoned. Her dark secret still, it attracts curiosity, but no one dares to get into it.